Hi, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Matt Hannah.
And this is Horror Hour with the Hannahs.
Pull up a seat and don't look behind you.
Matt, I swear to God, the whispering has
I'm doing it every time now. It's a part of the thing now.
It's not a part of the thing. I'm going to start screaming what I think you're going to say over the whispering.
Okay, that's fine.
That's going to be my new bit.
All right, so we saw Dust Bunny as an early screener, so thank you to everyone that provided that for us. So,
thank you, Pixel Scene Media.
I could not think of who it was. There we go. Thank you to them for allowing us to watch this in the comfort of our own home.
Yay! Sofa, kitties, doggy.
Pajamas. So Hannah, tell us about Dust Bunny. It's about to come out, or is it out now?
By the time that this episode is releasing, it will have been out for about 4 days.
Nice. Okay, cool.
But it's only getting a very limited theatrical release, so...
Yeah, kind of lower budget. Well, I don't want to say it was low budget, but I mean, it's not like a huge...
It's a directorial debut for film by Brian Fuller. He wrote and directed it, but Brian Fuller was the creator of Hannibal.
Okay.
So he definitely is big in the space and has worked with Mads Mikkelsen before.
Okay.
So this film is starring Mads Mikkelsen, Sophie Sloane, David Dastmalchian, and Sigourney Weaver. And it tells the story of an 8-year-old girl who asks her neighbor, a hitman, to kill the monster under her bed who she believes took her parents.
And we'll stay completely spoiler-free throughout this. So, yeah, you don't have to worry about jumping out, but we'll just give you our preliminary thoughts.
Yep.
And what we think, if you should see it or not. So
yeah, so we're going to kind of break up our discussion when we bring up a point into Screams That Slayed and Bloody Messes.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, what are you going to start us off with?
I'll do a Scream That Slayed, and it's the chemistry between Mads Mikkelsen and Sophie Sloane. I really like anytime they're on screen and communicating together.
Which is
most of it. Not all of it, but there's scenes when they're being like this cute, weird parent-child duo.
They're like the buddy cop duo.
They're like buddy cop.
Cute.
Yeah, it's quite fun in those moments, and I like her performance as a young actor, and obviously I'm a big Mads fan. So
I think
everyone's a Mads fan.
That's true. If you're not, I don't know what you're doing, but I think that it's true. She's doing a really great job. I had seen some articles that she actually has a really strong accent, which she doesn't in the movie, because she learned an American accent from watching TikToks.
Love that. Well, maybe don't love that, but good for her.
It's good for her because she's great. You'd have no idea. And that's really impressive for a child.
Definitely.
Yeah, so she's really good. Mads is always good. I kind of wish we got a little more David Dastmalchian and maybe Sigourney Weaver, but that's okay. Another Scream That Slayed real quick is Sigourney Weaver's gun heels.
That was going to be mine, the gun heels.
It's in the trailer.
Yeah. She has gun heels. They're
cool.
awesome.
They're so cool.
I was going to say another Scream That Slayed, though. Really, the actor performances all around are good. I really like Sigourney Weaver in this, and I always like David Dastmalchian. And this is a perfect little small role for him.
Yeah, it's small, but it's
kind of just
it's really fun.
Yeah, he's just a good actor, and he's fun to see on screen.
Side note, he is so funny in the Creep Tapes Season 2, Episode 1.
That's what you're saying.
I was so excited. The way that episode is written was really funny.
Anytime he shows up somewhere.
I know. Whenever I hear that he's getting cast in something, I'm like, fuck yes, brother. He's great.
So, Bloody Mess from me is, I think, the way this movie looks. It does some fun visual tricks and things, but I think it's kind of not really compelling or doing anything for the movie. I don't really know why it's there.
So I feel like it's pretty bright and fantastical, and I understand why it's there.
Because it's
but I do think it can be kind of, it makes the shots look a little cluttered sometimes, and I do feel like sometimes I don't know where my eyes are supposed to go.
It's a little, rainbow puke. Lights,
And that is tough.
Yeah, that And another bloody mess for me in this movie is just the screenplay. I think it's not a very fun and compelling narrative. Like, I wasn't really enjoying watching the movie all that much. I was like,
brother.
Yeah, I'm just going to be honest. I was like pretty bored throughout, except for scenes with Mads and the girl. Like,
Well, that's most of the scenes.
No, but like a lot of the action scenes I felt to be pretty bland.
So I think what the issue is here is that it does have a very cool core concept, which I think you need to give credit to how funny that fucking is.
Sure.
That she thinks this dust bunny monster under her bed ate her parents and hires an actual hitman to kill a monster under her bed, because she sees him killing a person and like in her little child brain kind of conceives of that as an actual monster, not a person. Yep. I think it is. I love that. My biggest issue, I think, is that the movie's runtime isn't justified by the story that we have.
Agreed. It feels like it should have been like a short story versus a feature length.
It could have been like a 70, 80-minuter.
Yeah.
And I think would have been better than 106 minutes.
Maybe that's what I mean. Is it's not that the narrative is bad, it's like they just run out of things to do, and so I find myself really wanting to play on my phone.
Yeah, I think the story is a bit thin for how much time the story is taking to be told.
Yes.
And I do completely agree. That is by far my biggest issue with the film. There were scenes where I was like really into it and enthralled, and then scenes where I was like, ooh, tough.
Mm-hmm. What else do you got? You got any complaints or another screen that's slayed?
Certainly my biggest complaint. So that's certainly my biggest bloody mess. I wish that we kind of, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to be too specific, but I do wish that we were getting a little bit more into these characters' backgrounds, but very specifically Aurora, that's the child played by Sophie Sloane. Because they do bring up some things that's happened in her background, and I don't think we get into it enough. I don't know if they know what they're trying to say about the things that have happened to her, because they're just kind of mentioned, but not thoroughly explored in the way that I think would be helpful or productive.
Yeah, I think I agree. And then that kind of does disservice to the actual like themes of fatherhood and found family down the line. And like the emotional core and emotional development between the two characters, I think is not as strong as it could have been because of those reasons. So
100%. And I mean, I do like the way their story ends up between them. I think that their dynamic is really funny, really sweet. But yeah, I just think the movie thematically is getting really lost in the sauce because they're not actually diving into the crux of the issue here.
I got a scream that slayed, though.
Yeah, tell us.
The monster design is very silly and fun. And scenes with it, I think the special effects and the CGI they used for, her seeing monster basically going under the floorboards, it was pretty cool and entertaining. I thought the actors did a good job working around acting with, CGI there, too. So I'll give it credit there.
Yeah. I agree. I thought that was really fun. I also love that it's like quite literally a dust bunny.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, but cute, but kind of, it is actually scary when it is doing its real bad bitch thing. It's so cute. I think that the humor in response to the fear of the monster is really funny because, like, there's one point where she doesn't want to step on the floor, so she's, like, pushing herself around in this, like, wheeled little boat. That is very funny.
She makes a wheeled boat to not walk on the floor and is telling everybody to get off the floor and they just ignore her.
Yeah, because she's a child who they think is afraid of a monster under her bed.
Yep.
So they're like, shut up, kid. And so she's just, like, wheeling herself around in her little boat. It's so cute and funny. I am wondering too, like, did this movie want to say more about, like, how we treat
how children don't have agency.
And how children don't have... But it's not really diving that far.
I don't think it dives
that
either. Hard, yeah.
So...
I think overall, I'll be honest, I think this movie's just not really for me. Like, I don't know if I'm the target audience. I don't know who the target audience is, though.
I think that's what's tough, because it is so fantastical in parts. I really feel like this would be... I don't know why it's rated R.
It feels like it should have been a kid's movie.
It doesn't feel like a kid's movie, but it feels like a horror movie that younger people should be able to access.
It's like the FNAF movies, to be honest. Like, I feel like that's the same thing. Like, the Five Nights at Freddy's movies are horror movies that are basically for children.
But then they're rated R, so...
Are they rated R? The first one wasn't.
Well, Dust Bunny is rated R.
Dust Bunny's rated R.
So
yeah, like I do think that this should have probably been... They should have figured out a way to make this PG-13. So.
Yes, I think that is a big disservice to this movie, and who will be able to watch and access this movie.
What else you got? Because I kind of touched on my big, like, gripes.
Yeah, frankly, this is a mini episode, so I don't think we need to blabber on about it forever. I think that it's cute and at times very fun, but at times it just really can be a slog, unfortunately. I feel like it's just kind of uneven.
Yeah, I'll be more of a hater. I was mildly entertained, but I don't think I will ever be interested in watching it again. And I don't know how much I would like really recommend it. It's fine. It's very like mid-level is how I would put it. You know?
So like when reviews are posted to Rotten Tomatoes, I do think it's like, what is it, like a 6 out of 10 and up is considered positive?
Pretty much, yeah.
Would your review be contributing towards it being
I think it would be committing
rotten?
towards it being rotten, unfortunately.
Okay.
I can go and look and see exactly what I gave it. I think I gave this either a 4 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10. But
I feel like a 4 out of 10 feels low, but a 5.5 out of 10 feels kind of where I'd put it.
Yeah.
So I don't think that this movie is like...
I gave it a 5.
...crappy by any means, but I do think that there are things that I certainly would have changed about it.
I was just mostly bored. That was the thing. I like wasn't really.
I just think it's too slow in
for what
pieces.
For what it is.
It just shouldn't be. Like, it should be such a fun, fantastical time.
But I'm also like interested in more from this director, and obviously all the actors I like. So.
Yeah, I think there are pieces of it that are a lot of fun. I see why I think it was TIFF that it premiered and got decent reviews. I see why the reviews were mostly positive, but my review would be skewing
more to
probably
negative.
Barely positive.
Yeah. All right. Well, if we don't have anything else to say, let's wrap it up. Keep this under 15.
A tight 15.
The tight 15. That's just what we thought. We're not going to bore everyone. All right. Well, we appreciate you guys listening. If you went and saw it, let us know what you thought. But
and if you end up catching it later, still doesn't matter how far later. Make sure to comment or DM us.
If we're being wrong, tell us why we're wrong.
I always love
dissenter.
What was I going to? Constructive criticism.
Yeah.
And it could be of us or the movie. That's fine. Either way.
Either way, we appreciate you. I've been Matt Hannah.
I'm Hannah.
This has been Horror with the Hannah. Stay tuned and stay scared.
Thank you for listening to Horror Hour with the Hannahs. Make sure to listen to future episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever else you can find podcasts. You can also find us on YouTube, where we post episodes and shorts. You can follow us at Horror Hour with the Hannahs on TikTok and Instagram, as well as at Horror Hour on Blue Sky for more content. If you like the podcast, please follow and leave a review on your favorite podcasting app. Happy hauntings!